Hold on, I'm doing research.
We're building. Less research.
This is coming from the guy who wants to plan everything. And now here I am planning it, and all he wants to do is go. The one time in
I'm
my
trying
life,
to adopt your mindset, James.
the one time I'm like, hey, let's slow down a second.
Let's just put stuff together. Come on.
We have a saying that construction is the art of managing chaos. Now, usually we've used this as generally looking at, larger projects where you have a lot of different trades and a lot of different people where you're trying to get a cohesive vision together. But what we found is that this totally applies to yourself when you've only got a couple people on site doing the work. In these early stages where we're doing tasks that are not intuitive and natural to us, something we haven't done a lot of times already, we're finding there is a lot of inherent chaos to manage and improve.
Today is wrong tools for the wrong job on the job site.
Wrong tool for the right job.
Where every tool we use is the wrong tool for the wrong job.
No, for the right job.
No, it's wrong. Because it's the wrong
This is
tool.
the right job. It's just the wrong tool.
Well, we're doing the right job. We're going to use the wrong tool. So now it's the wrong job.
So what have we learned?
I learned that I'm still an engineer. I like my precision, and it's I like to know how things are being built and assembled, and I don't like noise. So rebar is oddly very quiet, if you don't use power tools or grinders or anything like that. It's peaceful in that way. So like there's something nice about that, but it's not assemblable in that the way it's designed is for strength, not for assemblability. So that's what makes it frustrating in this case. It's like a peaceful task to do, but then it just becomes unwieldy and uncontrollable because it's hard to assemble, or it wasn't really thought about to assemble. These are the small joys of life.
Cutting rebar?
It's like you wouldn't think this would be enjoyable, but it is.
How so?
I don't know, it's a quiet process. It still takes effort, but it's not like too hard. Just the right amount.
One concept that has emerged through this experience is the idea of assemblability. And houses typically aren't thought of as being assemblable. They're a bunch of one-off pieces all put together in a custom way that follows some general conventions that we've developed over time. Whereas something like typical manufacturing of maybe a car, all the pieces are their own components and they assemble together in a really elegant, cohesive way that makes it easier to mass produce things, easier to bring costs down, and easier to keep a high quality.
If it's assemblable, there's a lot smaller tolerances than if it's the other way. And when you're dealing with big tolerances, you have to deal with big gaps. And again, finishing becomes more frustrating. It doesn't just fit together. Because at the end of the day, everybody thinks, oh, I can just press a button, have a CNC machine, like cut out everything I need, and then I just bolt it up and call it a day. But generally, because houses aren't built to that level of tolerance, you can't do that. You have to measure every single one. And even if you had a CNC machine do it, you're still having to program in all those specific spots. So the tighter you get it, the more you can get in that flow of using automation.
But to measure everything.
Yeah.
Mark. So this bar has 32-inch marks on it. And then you're not having to pull your tape out every time.
Yeah.
But since we are potatoes and not concrete guys.
This is how we become concrete guys, though.
True. But currently...
Might even become earth and floor guys.
I'm trying. James is not there yet.
What, Austin's there?
I made some progress.
No way. I thought you'd be a staunch.
No, I've always been interested in earthen floors. I think they're really interesting, and
Well,
I think it
yeah.
fits with everything we're doing.
The
The
so is
shortcomings
living
I
a
was
barefoot life and being a hippie. Like, there's interesting
No,
factors.
natural materials aren't for hippies anymore. They're for everybody.
Bang. Now what do we do?
I think we just set it down.
It's the pleasure in the process that makes the whole thing worth it. And ultimately, what Japan has found, I think what a lot of building trends are heading towards is this more human experience, that the process is part of the experience. It's not just that we are trying to rush through houses, it's that we want to enjoy the process, enjoy what we're doing. And I think we do that by slowing down a little bit and doing things in a calm, comfortable manner. I think that's our goal anyway. I feel is like not feel rushed on anything, tackle it with confidence and peace, right? Like I want to show up on site with it being cool out and not have loud things rattling my ears. Like I like hearing the birds and the wind. You know, if you ever do a drawing, you need to learn to take a step back and look at the overall picture. Otherwise, you end up with like a perfect looking eye, but they're like shifted from each other and the nose isn't right and everything's wrong. But that's because you didn't step back and take a bigger look. And so the more you're fighting the technical details of tolerances and stuff, the more you're getting these pieces that don't actually match up. And those slight variations make a big difference in how something looks right or it doesn't.